Good morning, everyone. I'll call the meeting to order, and a couple things before we get into the meeting. We just recalled that this is the final meeting for our committee person, Chad Peterson, representing Cass County. He's been with us and just so good about attending and giving input. You will be very much missed. And
Thank you, Madam Chair.
anything that you would like to say?
It's been an absolute blessing to do all the things I've been allowed to do. So I'm just glad the City Commission and Mayor Mahoney, Commissioner Pepcorn even allowed me to be here. So yeah, it's just been a blessing beyond words.
Okay, and thank you very much for your service. And secondly, a happy Thanksgiving to everyone. I could have saved that till the end. I hope your turkey is thawing, or if it's fresh, get it chilled. First on the agenda, we have the approval of our October 23rd minutes. Did everyone get a chance to review?
Move to approve.
Second.
We have a motion and second. Any discussion? If none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Okay, motion carries. On our agenda, we have an application from Coneflower Farmhouse, and Nicole is here to present. The property is at 13 and 15 on 8th Street South, just south of Main.
Good morning, Chairperson and Renaissance on Authority board members. One note I'd like to make really quickly is we have a new staff person. Chelsea Leverson has just recently started with the planning department, and so you might see her face more frequently for Renaissance on Authority board meetings. So the application before you from Coneflower Farmhouse LLC is at 13 and 15 8th Street South. This is an application for a rehab of an existing building. The building is mixed use, but primarily the application is to rehab of the commercial portion of the building, which is the main floor and the basement. Nicole's Fine Pastries operates out of that building, and so that building from 1910 would be getting some extensive updates, primarily in the interior, that I'll talk about in a little bit. The current building value is little over 1.2 million, and the investment is $727,000. So this is an investment of $99 per square foot. There may be an opportunity, the applicant has stated, to do replacement of windows on the second floor and do some facade updates. That work's not known at this time, but that is not included in the investment. And so if that is able to happen as part of this project, that investment will go up, as will the investment per square footage go up. And so rehab projects require a minimum investment of $40 per square foot. So this is quite a bit, more than double of that investment. So for tax information, using the current values in mill levy right today on the building, taxes are about $18,000. And after this project, with just this investment, it's estimated to be, again, at current rates of today and values today at over $40,000. So there's a difference there. It doubles in terms of the building value and those annual taxes. So up on your screen is just an image of what the buildings here look like. As I mentioned, Nicole's Fine Pastries, and then up above there's a handful of residential apartments that are there. Internal to the building would be changes to, they're kind of hard to see, so we've got the applicant and we've got the contractor here who can talk a little bit more about what those changes are, but changes to the HVAC systems, the plumbing, a lot of internal operations to help with the business operations and efficiency and those types of things. The applicant did note, one thing to note is you might see that on the application there was a request for historic tax credits as well. The applicant has reached out to the state to look into that and has decided not to pursue that at this time. So an update for you. And then we don't know a whole lot yet, and the owner, I don't think, knows a whole lot yet about what changes to the exterior of the building could be possible if that comes to fruition as part of this project. But I know that she has an interest in restoring it to more historical nature of the building. And so this image she sent to us as part of the application, just for you to see. And then I'm just going to pop back really quick to the image today. So I believe at a minimum, kind of that stucco work that you can see would hopefully go away if those facade changes to facade changes come to fruition. So I just wanted to make the point that the owner hopes to do some of this work if that's possible, but it may not be feasible. So that minimum investment of $727,000 does not include that work, and so it would only increase that level investment. And so staff is recommending approval of this project, and I'd be happy to answer any questions that you might have.
Any questions for Nicole? Mayor?
You know, when you look at the scoring, it just seems like a wonderful project, but yet the scoring came out, I think, 77.
74.
Yes, thank you for that. We have planned at the start of the new year, so in a very short time, that is one of the things we're going to start looking at is the scoring. And thus far, it's certainly been something that the board has brought up, that staff has acknowledged. And right now, we've tried to be consistent with our scoring, knowing that in a couple of months, we will look at this closer and we'll bring forward recommendations or changes or something that changes how we evaluate those projects, because we agree when you look at some of the scorings and how those goals are written don't necessarily align with, the overarching goals. And so, for example, one of those things your board has seen a lot of small scale rehab projects in the last several months, quite a number of them who have structurally been in pretty good shape. And so the way we have kind of consistently scored them is one of those items is how much facade work that's happening or changes or updates. And so if you have a good building that really doesn't require a lot, it's kind of one of those tricky things. So we fully anticipate starting to dive into that in the next couple of months, right after we get kind of through the development plan.
And then you might tell her update her website, because she said she had people from 6 years of age to 96. I saw a 2-year-old in there yesterday, and I think I saw a 100-year-old in there, so maybe we can change that and stuff. If we approve this, can we request any specific dessert she might make for us then?
Samples.
I can let the applicant speak to that.
It's a wonderful place. I'm glad she's expanding. We watch her grow every time, so this is really exciting.
It is. And I think with that discussion on the scoring, as we draw in the other plans, not just downtown focus, but the growth plan and all, yes, that'll help with changing that scoring. Even though it was only a 74, I mean, it can't be multi-use and fit in with all the goals that are set right now. So, any other discussions, questions, comments?
Move to approve.
We have a motion for approval. Is there a second?
Second,
Second by Chad. Any further discussion?
much to the chagrin of my waistline.
Well, we want Nicole's around. That's a good point. Roll call vote, please.
Pipcorn.
Aye.
Madell.
Aye.
Larson.
Aye.
Peterson.
Yes.
Mahoney.
Yes.
Matter.
Yes. Motion is approved unanimously. We did have one other thing that Nicole mentioned, and I'm sorry, Chelsea, I was negligent in welcoming you into this group, and we look forward to working with you. And then Nicole, you said you had something under other before we look at the calendar.
Yep, I just wanted to give a really quick update to the board. As you know, so in October, the Renaissance Zone Plan update that your board has been working on since July has been approved by both the Cass County and the Fargo School Board. And so last stop on approvals is to the City Commission, so that will be, that's scheduled for December 9th. So we are on track on our schedule for getting that plan approved and our agreements and everything in place with the state to continue the program for the next 5 years, so.
Okay. Anything else to come before the Renaissance Zone Authority? If not, you have the calendar in front of you for 2025, and we are planning a meeting for December 18th. There is a small project you mentioned.
That's right, we do have an application in, so we plan to have that meeting in December, so
Okay.
if folks have travel plans or anything, just let us know sooner rather than later, so if we need to reschedule. Thank you.
Sounds good. If nothing further, meeting adjourned.